So next, let's take a look at how to manage processes in Linux. If you use the ps command, it'll show you a list of running processes. Now, you're going to see this is a pretty small list of processes because it only shows the processes that are running under your current user account that you're logged in with. So I'm logged in as student. The only two processes that student is running right now is bash, which is the command line that I'm in. That's always got to run if you're in with a command line. And then ps command, which is the command I'm actively running, right? There's really nothing else running. Now, if you add AUX on the end of this, this will show you all the processes that are running on the system. So now I can see everything. So there's a lot more than what you just saw. If you have to use the AUX to see a list of all the processes. When you look at this list of processes, you'll notice that you've got the user that owns the process on the left. Most of them are root. Some of them are systemd, which is the service manager that runs in Linux. We learn more about that. You'll see the process ID, so that's that number that you see is the process ID. And then there's some other stuff, and you can customize what's shown in these columns. So maybe it'll make a little bit more sense. There's a lot of stuff here. You saw me do this earlier. I can pipe, you can pipe this to the less command, so you can kind of scroll through this list. If it's more than you can just see in a single screen, so now I can kind of scroll through it, hit Q when I'm done. The other thing you can do is run the top command. That's going to show you just the processes that are using the most memory, the most CPU, etc. So you can see in my case, it looks like systemd is using the most memory and CPU. Now it's SSH that's using the most memory and CPU. Now it's top, right? So it's going to update and it's going to constantly tell me what's using the most processing time or CPU time. And you can change that. There's commands you can use in here to change kind of how it displays all this, and you can change what it shows you. You can change how it's sorting it and all of those things. You're going to hit Q to quit when you're done using the top command. So if you have a process that you want to manage, right? So first we need to create a little process here. So one command is sleep. If I type sleep2, basically it's going to run a command that does nothing for 2 seconds. If I run sleep5, it's going to run this command for 5 seconds. It's going to basically do nothing for 5 seconds, and then it's going to come back to the prompt. So what I could do, let's say you're running a command that you know is going to take a long time to run, but you have other commands you need to do while it's running in the background. You can put a command in the background. So for example, if I type sleep 100, this is going to sit for 100 seconds and do nothing. If I add an ampersand to the end, it runs that command and it's going to put it in the background, right? So you can see here it's now in the background. So I can still run commands even though that command's running. If I type the ps command, you can see it. It's sitting there, that sleep command running in the background. It has a process ID, in this case is 99594. Now if for some reason something went wrong with that process, I could kill it. So if I type kill and then the process ID for that process, in this case 99594, it'll send the kill command. And if I take a look, you'll see that it now tells me that sleep 100 has been terminated. Now let's run that sleep command again and put it in the background. If I wanted to move it to the foreground, I can just type FG, and now I'm back in the foreground. Oops. And I can hit Control C if I want to kill it. And again, I'll type the ps command, and you can see sleep is now gone. So that's how we can manage our processes.